I have the Texas Police Chiefs Association actually conducted a survey recently. 285 police chiefs actually responded and said, do you think there should be open carry in Texas? And excuse me, the response of the 285 executives that responded was yes, 20.35%, no, 72.63%. And that's a survey from the Texas Police Chiefs Association.
The law should expressly convey that police officers have the authority to disarm an armed individual, regardless of permit status, during the course of performing their official duties. And finally, consider enhancing the penalty of Texas Penal Code 3815, interfering with public duties, to a felony for those actors who violate this statute while they possess, exhibit, or use a deadly weapon.
You may be surprised to hear that we are opposed to both bills.
No stronger group exists in favor of the Second Amendment than your Texas sheriffs do.
I'm a very big proponent and supporter of the Second Amendment and the CHL program. I think individuals have a right to protect themselves, their friends, their family, and loved ones, and they not only have a right, but they have an obligation to survive and get home at night. And I completely support concealed carry on campus, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you some reasons. First of all, the police can't be everywhere at once.
Now we're going to create an environment where people are lawfully allowed to carry firearms on campus, and we potentially are turning sexual assault victims that we have a lot of resources to help these young people turn into survivors through our victim services and so forth, into potentially murder victims.
So on our campuses, they should have the unmitigated right to protect themselves, to stop any active shooter or other criminal act, whether it be a sexual assault or not.
Concealed carry on campus, I think, would be a very, very positive thing. If you've ever seen pictures of Sandy Hook, Columbine, or Virginia Tech, you can't get those images out of your mind. And what if one person, what if one professor, one teacher, or one college student of age with a CHL license had been able to defend themselves or their classmates? Maybe the body count wouldn't have been nearly as high. One classroom, every person in it in Virginia Tech was murdered. And so I fully believe that concealed carry on campus would be a positive thing.
I'm addressing the fact that gun-free zones are responsible for creating victims and a lot of dead kids.
The law should have clear boundaries on the types and places where individuals can openly carry, including allowing governmental entities the ability to use the 30-07 provision in signage.
The person, the victim, say you, are the first responders, not the police. You're the first one that knows what's happening to you. And when the chips are down and you're in dire straits, the police are way down the road. I would love to say I can go up and I can stop crime and I can stop robberies and so forth, but we simply can't. We come in at the tail end of it and try to figure out who did it and bring them to justice. But the person that it's happening to should be able to take responsibility for their own safety.
Texas sheriffs are not in favor of creating victimology. That's not what we're here to do.
Then should the person participating in open carry display some sort of identification on the outside of his or her person all the time? 51% said yes, 35% said no, and I say absolutely yes. If you want to be walking around with a gun, I can't. When seconds counts, when millisecond counts, and there's an active shooter, there's going to be litigation because somebody will be shot eventually that probably was a friendly, and I want to know where that litigation might come. I say yes, you need to carry something on you to readily identify you as an open carry.
At some point in time here in this state and in other states, we have to understand that making good victims is not what we should be doing.
we have some real challenges with training costs. We don't have the training budgets that we need, and the last thing we need is to have an open carry bill that now is going to require, if they are going to serve the people of Texas the way Texans want to be served, law enforcement to train extensively on the tactics they're going to have to deploy to respond to different types of emergency calls, and how to respond to them safely for everyone involved.
We're trained in school and through years of experience to try to be a good judge of character. Are we always right? No, ma'am, we're not. But we can pretty well tell by someone's body action, their eye movement, things like that, telltale signs that make someone look suspicious for one reason or another. We do it every day, whether they're drug dealers, whether they're potential robbers or what. Most police can pretty well tell if someone is involved in criminal activity.
But the document that I'm most concerned with is the Texas Constitution.